Hey, happy Friday to you. It is October 9th and time for this week's Friday Funnies. Let me just start out by saying I can't believe it. Chicago got waxed out of the 2016 Olympics by Brazil. And if you've ever had a Brazilian wax, you know how much that can hurt.
Yo!
I just can't believe we lost in the voting process, because if Mayor Daley can't fix an election, it can't be fixed. And speaking of getting fixed, I think that's what David Letterman's wife may have in mind for him. You've heard by now that David was dipping into the company inkwell, so to speak, and got caught with his worldwide pants down. I think now might be a good time for him to invite Sarah Palin on the show again, just to see what she has to say about it. Because as we all know, paybacks are, Pelosi. All right, here's this week's top stories. The first one is a case of you show me yours, and I'll show you mine. In Haverhill, Massachusetts, Adam El-Sarabi walked into a White Hen Pantry convenience store intent on robbing it. He walked up to the clerk behind the counter and said, "Give me your money, I have a gun." And to this, the clerk responded, "All right, show me your gun, and I'll give you the money." Well, this really flustered the unarmed, rather dim-witted burglar, and he ran out of the store. When police caught up with him a short time later, they were more than happy to show him their guns, their handcuffs, and their jail. Now, on the opposite side of the convenience store spectrum, a clerk at the 5-Star Snacks and More in Waterloo, Iowa, thought he was being robbed. He said that a man walked up to the counter, he looked kind of nervous, he was mumbling to himself, and he had his hand in his pocket. He thought the guy was robbing him, so he threw a bag of money at him and ran away. The man looked at the bag, mumbled to himself a little bit more, and then walked out of the store without it. When police found him, they found out he didn't have a gun. He wasn't going to rob anybody. He was just drunk. The clerk, he was awarded the Wuss of the Week award. Here's a case of stupidity personified. In Albertville, Alabama, a woman was stopped while driving her minivan with her 13-year-old daughter riding in a cardboard box on the roof of the car. She said her name was Jackie Knott, and she said, "I had my daughter ride in the box to weigh it down a little bit because the box is too big to fit inside the car." She told police that everything's safe though because I got the box hooked onto the van with a coat hanger. Why a coat hanger? Apparently, she was out of duct tape.
Amen.
Now, time for a Friday Funnies exclusive called News from Around the World. This time we take you over to London, England, where two inebriated men decided to pick a fight with what they thought were two transvestites. Well, the two men in sequin dresses were, in fact, drag queens. They were also professional cage fighters. And before you could say, "Does this dress make me look fat?" the high-heeled honeys dispatched the drunks with a couple of roundhouse punches and left them lying on the street. When the police came up, they arrested the men and charged them with assaulting English muffins. And finally, a woman stole a checkbook out of another woman's purse at the First Presbyterian Church in Brighton, Pennsylvania. Then, as though to make amends, she forged a check for $50 and dropped it into the collection plate. Now, apparently this is not the first time she's done this in church, and police are still looking for her, but they're only looking on Sundays. Hey, that's all I have for you this week. Let me just close out by saying I have never had sex with David Letterman. No matter what it might say in my diary. I'll see you next week.